Hi and welcome to part 5 of our start with Katia, Bruno and Pavle. So we're coming up to the morning of day 12, so let's get to it. Morning of day 12, so we are in the crime spree. And we got raided, but we had 2 guards up, so we should have been okay. So we were all armed, none of us were wounded, etc. Yeah, 2 guards plus the reinforced door, etc. Plus weapons for everybody, that's usually okay. So we're back from the supermarket now. Remember, we went on to a full feeding schedule yesterday, but it means that the other 2 need to get to bed by 3 o'clock, so we can rotate her and him as normal. I don't think we need Bruno up for anything, so we can actually put him to bed, so let's do that. Now, one thing we do need from Katia, we'll switch her over with Pavle later, is it's time that we made a hatchet, so let's do that because we got the goods for it. So that's the hatchet made, and as soon as we have the hatchet, you see things like appearing like this icon, which means that we can break down this piece of furniture with the hatchet we just made, and that's going to give us wood and firewood. There you go, 9 wood, 7 firewood. So we started out with 10 wood before breaking the furniture down, and we started out with 6 firewood, which isn't a lot. So winter management, we would have to concentrate the next few days into just accumulating as much wood as we could, and we would start by breaking down the furniture in the house, which is what we're going to do. So we got 1 here as well, 2 there, and 1 there. So I'm just going to run around, break it all up, and back when I'm done. Katia just finished picking up the last piece of wood from the broken down furniture. So if we now look at our things, remember we started out on 10 wood. We've now got 41, so we picked up 31 wood. We started out on 6 firewood, so we picked up 21 firewood as well. That's not enough for winter, because what happens in winter is that Franco's prices skyrocket. So everything gets really, really expensive. But what that also means is that if we have excess wood, we can use this for trade, because he will pay a lot to get wood. So we can pretty much buy him out of everything that is non-wood related using wood during the winter, if we go around and get enough of it. Now we've got 15 degrees, which tells us we've got quite a few days before winter. So what we would do is just visit all the locations with a hatchet, possibly make a second one as well, and just break up as much furniture as we could and bring back as much wood and firewood as we could, and that's what we'll do. But the other 2 have woken up here, and let's see, anything else left to do today? We've got no tobacco leaves that we need to convert. Now we could make a couple of meds because we're out of bandages right now, so just getting Pavle to look over here. If we were to get an injury, we could make a bandage if we needed one. In fact, let's make a couple, just because we could use them for trade next time. And we can end the day there. So we want to go back to the supermarket because there is some furniture there that we can break down. So let's go scavenge there, guard. And we need 2 guards because it is the crime spree. So 2 guards every single night for the crime spree. And let's prepare, and let's take the shovel, see what furniture we can break down. So just starting downstairs, there were a couple of pieces here that I know we can break down. It's just a question whether the icons show up or not. They don't, so we have to go into backpack, drop, and pick it up. I think this is a bug. Now they should show up, yeah. Okay, so we can break down these 2, and then I'll look around, see if there's any other furniture we can break down, consolidate it all back up here, and see when we're done. So there turned out to be 4 pieces of furniture we could break down. So there were 2 here, there was 1 here, and there was also 1 out the back here. And our hatchet survived, so we just look at everything we picked up here. So this has 1 more use left in it, but I think it's worth taking because we could still use it as a weapon. It doesn't break when you use it as a weapon, but it will break next time we hit any piece of furniture. So then we just look at what we picked up. Now, 1 piece of wood converts into 1 piece of firewood. So this is particularly efficient because this is the same as 2 stacks of wood there. We may as well take that. So that's 10 firewood we picked up, but there's also a bunch of wood. So winter management, we're just accumulating wood and firewood now for purposes of firstly keeping the fires going during the winter, but also if we can get excess wood, it's really valuable for trade. And there's another visit here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 full stacks, plus some bullets, a couple of broken guns. We could repair this. So yeah, there's another visit here still, although we'll probably go somewhere else. So let's go there. Day 13, Pavle back from the supermarket. There's actually one more run left in the supermarket. There's certainly enough wood there, because we're kind of on the wood management trail right now. If we just look at our things, 57 wood and 37 firewood. There's not really enough for winter. But day 13, now everybody eats on odd days, remember? So we need to feed Pavle, get him to bed. We need to feed Bruno. So we need to get 3 meals from somewhere before day 15. So it's either 2 carrots or 3 cans. Now remember, we've got 3 cans at the construction site. And we couldn't go back there before because we did not have a saw blade. And you really need a saw blade next time we go back there. So we could actually get Bruno to sleep right now because we don't particularly need him. And we can see if we can get our food production going. The answer to that is yes. So for carrots, we need 1 of these, but then we would have to upgrade it, which would also take a lot more resources after that. And for meat, we would have to put 2 of these in. We're allowed to make 2 of those, not more. So let's put that 1 of those in. Because once we get the rat traps in place, that's half of our food production. Can we get the base? Yes, we can. So let's put that in place as well. Anything else we can do? Now I think next thing is going to be water collection, and that's going to be components. But we've just used up a lot of our wood there. So we'll get her to make all 3 of these anyway. Coming up to midday, so Katia just finished that. So let's get her to sleep and get Pavle down. So firstly, let's seed the rat traps. So we can use either fertilizer or meat. So let's just use the fertilizer for now. So the way these work is you put 1 in, you get 2 out, and they deliver every day or 2. Now as far as the upgrade here, you can see how far away we are. Now we need a lamp. That we can get Bruno to make that right away. So looking again, we've got the lamp. We've got enough of that. It's just components. And we can get them pretty much anywhere. So we'll have to think about where we go tonight because we're going to want to be bringing back components. And that will leave us only with 2 wood as well. So Bruno just finished there. So yeah, it's just components. There's nothing else we can really do today. We've got no cigarette leaves to convert. Yeah, there's nothing we can do. We can't get... because one of the next things we need is water collector. But again, that's components. So we can end the day there. Alright, so now where? Construction site, we've still got a lot of work to do there. But I think the airport, because there's still a lot of goods left there. So let's drain the airport first. So guard, because it is the crime spree. And go, so no preparation needed. But also I vaguely remember that we had some carrots here. So we've cleared up all the piles and everything, so everything's in one place. We don't need to do any running around. So yeah, that's kind of our meal on day 15 taken care of. And we wanted components, so let's do that. I don't remember seeing the need for parts, but we have to come back here. That allows us to make a med, so we will take that. I'm going to take the parts and then we'll come back for a wood run. So it looks like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Yeah, it's a full load of wood there. And go. Day 14, back from the airport. Okay, we've been raided, but we don't expect any problems. No, ammunition used 6. All right, let's get Pavle to bed straight away. Now it's an even day, so nobody eats, but we will be eating tomorrow, and we need some food. So we brought home 2 carrots from the airport, so let's cook them up. That will give us 4 meals, which feeds everybody tomorrow. Done. Now, Katia, she can go get this rat trap that's delivered. So the rat traps deliver every day or 2, and 1 meat in, 2 meat out. 2 rat traps will keep 4 people fed continuously, as long as we eat every other day, not every day. Now, as far as updating this is concerned, we are 1 component away, and once we update it, we'll have 4 wood left. That's also worth bearing in mind. So we need components and we need wood. So just looking at our things, now our hatchet's about to break, and we don't have any saw blades, so I think if we can, we would like to make a hatchet. Actually, we can get Bentley, sorry, Bentley, that's the dog's name. We can get Bruno to sleep. Now, can we make a hatchet? Nope. We are 1 gun part short. Now, I don't know where to get gun parts. I can't remember if there are any at the port. There are loads of components at the port, so I'm thinking to go there for components, but it's all down to gun parts. But we can make a saw blade, which will leave us with 3 gun parts. Now, again, just looking at our things, we don't have any tobacco leaves, so there's no cigarettes to be made. So it's really just a hatchet that we need. Other than that, I think we go to the port, pick up all the components there, and then hope there are gun parts there. I can't remember if there are. I've got a feeling there are, but I'm not entirely sure. But anyway, all we can do now is wait for visitors. So that's what we'll do. And back at 11 if there are none. And 9:50, it's Franco. And Franco's going to have components, so we'll be able to upgrade this. Now the question is, does he have gun parts? We're really hoping that he does. And he does. Excellent. All right. So we want to take the components for sure. Fine, we have a deal, so let's go richer. Now parts, we've got 16. Got a feeling that's enough, but we'll take them just in case. Do try harder. Oops, no, wrong one. Cigarettes, this one. So we want the wood. We always take filters because they cost components to make. We always take firewood. Now we've got 41 of these. This is actually questionable now. These are really expensive to make late in the game. So I'm tempted to take them. And also those. It's going to cost us a bit, but if we look at the number of meds that we have here, we're going to get through a few in winter, but if we keep the temperature above 15 degrees, I don't think we would get to use more than 2 or 3. So 8 is more than we need, and we can probably make more. So it's 2 plus cigarettes. And we may as well take the other ones. Now, roll up cigarettes, yes. Let's take those, because then Bruno will be smoking the cheap ones and not the more expensive ones, which is what we want. So I think we can go cigarettes. Yeah, Now, anything else we want? Food, we're fine. Oh, are we fine? Yeah, I think we are, because we've got our meal tomorrow. And by then, the carrots should deliver for the following meals after that. So I don't think we need to be buying any cans. And we've got everything else. So I think we're good. Let's go there. Now, the trouble is we don't want to go making cigarettes immediately because it's going to start using up our components. But let's just go. I think one other thing we really need to do is get water collection in. Oh, firstly, let's upgrade the carrot machine. Getting excited here. And she needs to sleep anyway. Yep, a lot of things to do. So first thing, carrot machine. Let's get the carrots coming. Now that's the carrot machine in place, but we're going to need, to get carrots on, we need a couple of fertilizer. Now we've got tons of meat, so we can use that to make 2 fertilizer. So that's the fertilizer made. Now Bruno's up, and we can now get our carrots on. So maximum 8, and it delivers in 72 hours. So it's going to be approximately 2-3 p.m. or approximately 3 p.m. on the 17th. So if we cook late that day, that's going to be our day 17 meal. But we can bring food home from the locations as well. Now, we don't have water collection, and we need water collection. So let's get this going. That's our carrots finished. So now we've got our food production maximized, which is pretty much at least 1/3 of the game. The other third being security, which we've got because we've got the reinforced door and we've got weapons, etc. And I think probably the remaining thing is just winter management. Now we have the heater here, but it's not upgraded. Let's just have a quick look at what we need there. So he can get some water on straight away because we've been buying a bunch of filters. So 3, that's not going to be enough. Water we can get on 3 a day if we really push it and get one going first thing in the morning. But it's components again. And we need a thermometer. I've got a feeling we can make that now. Sorry, Bruno, you need to finish there. Yep, we can make that now, but it leaves us empty of electrical parts, worth bearing in mind. And looking at the temperature, 14 degrees, we're going to need 1 log on the fire. Temperature is going to stay at 14 for at least a few days. And that just requires 1 log on the fire, be it upgraded or not upgraded. So we have some leeway here in terms of when we need to upgrade it. But it looks like with components we'll be able to do that shortly anyway. So come to 5:30, everybody's rested. Nobody needs to eat today. We're all eating tomorrow. No time to get another water on. Now, I guess we could get Bruno started on the cigarettes. It's going to use up all of our components, but we're going to bring home a bunch tonight, so I think that's okay. We can end the day there. So I think day 14, there are a lot of components at the port. I can't remember if they're gun parts, but I think we just got the gun parts we wanted. So scavenge, guard, because it is the crime spree, and go. We could actually have brought a hatchet, but the thing is we're going to be going home with full pockets anyway, so it's just a question of whether we would come back here with a hatchet. So everything's consolidated into here, so we don't need to run around. Now components, we were running short of. And what else? There's wood. There's only 2 of these. It's not a full stack, so I'm going to leave it. We don't need these. This is tempting, but we wouldn't get to use it until late game. And because we've got the port exit coming, we're not going to get to the point where we upgrade the herbal station where we make the cigarettes and meds to the point where we can start making bottles. So I think it's just wood. And go. Day 15 back from the port. So we've got enough components we can upgrade the heater now, which was our main thinking there. But 15, day 15, everybody eats because it's an odd day. So let's get Pavle Bed and to bed. Get Bruno up, waiting. Katia, let's get her fed. And she can go and upgrade. Actually, let's get some water on first. And then Bruno can get fed and to bed. That leaves us one filter the rest of the day, suggesting we could do with making a couple more. So we'll get Katia to do that in a moment. So that's the water on. Now, we wanted to upgrade the heater, and we brought back the components for that. So let's get that done. It's not something we actually need to do right now. This could have waited a few days, but it's something we need to do eventually. We may as well do it now. Now, just looking at our things, we're into wood management. Now, we've got 19 wood, we've got 36 firewood. This won't last long, as soon as winter bites. So wood management, we are going to need another hatchet, so let's do that. That leaves us, yeah, we're good. So that's our hatchet done. Meantime, there was a visitor who says he's got a proposition for us. I think this might be the dodgy guy. Let's have a look. I've got some news for you. Hi there, you're new here, aren't you? Yes, the dodgy guy. So if you say yes to this, it's a morale hit. If you say no, you get a morale bump. So we're going to say no, because he just wants us to go out and rob somebody. Alright, thinking tonight is to go back to the airport. We did have a lot of wood there, and if we're into pre-winter management where we're thinking about wood, then it would be a good idea to go back there with a hatchet, because there are 1, 2, 3, at least 4 piles that we can break up with the hatchet for firewood. So that way we can come back with a full load of firewood and firewood tonight. So that's the thinking there. So now everybody's fed, everybody's rested. So all we would need to do is get one log on the fire so that we end the day at 15 or above. Done. Get another water on. That's us out of filters. So Bruno would need to come down and make a couple of filters. So 2 would be good for tomorrow. So that's low on components again. And then Pavle back on the cigarettes, and we can end the day there, I think. So let's go back to the airport and start beating up some furniture there. So guard, because we are still in the crime spree. Prepare, so we want to take... Let's take both of them, because it doesn't matter if we break this one. And go. So the first 2 piles that I know about are down here. Oh, there's one there too. Okay. So that's 5, I think, that we can break down. So what do we want to do here? Backpacks. We're not sure which hatchet it defaults to. I'm just going to drop that one and break the hatchet on this one first. Yeah, this item is broken. So I'm just going to run around and pick up all the wood. So there are 2 piles here. There's one up here that we can break down. That one here that we saw, but there's also one over in the plain here. So I'll just break all those down and get back to our consolidated pile. We'll be back when that's all done. Just getting back with our last load now, so we can see what we've accumulated. So firstly, firewood, because the normal wood stacks to 2, this stacks to 4, so it's an efficient way to get stuff home. We'll take that. So we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 16, 18 firewood. Now, if we fill up with wood as well, any gun parts, because we are short of those now. So there is another full load of wood here. We got 4, 8, 12, yeah, more than 12 stacks. So we can come back if we're just accumulating wood. So let's go there. I'm going to end the episode there and also call an end to the start guide, because we're now in a situation where we can enter into the mid and late game because all of the essentials have been met. We have security in, reinforced door, we have food production maximized, we've got an upgraded heater, and we're well on the way to getting a second heater and also the wood needed to see the winter out. And that's pretty much it. We're into the mid and late game. So thanks for watching. I will complete this series because there is one more episode. We've got the port exit coming up. I think Carol's going to come back around day 20. So we've actually only got a couple of days to go before this run ends anyway. So I'll cover the final few days in one final episode. And thanks for watching. Hope to see you then. Bye.